Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a single storyline. Now, I normally put these out on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And technically, it is like it's 12:10 a.m. on Saturday morning, so it's barely Saturday. So I didn't quite make the mark of keeping it on Friday. So sorry about that, but sometimes life gets a little bit wild and woolly, but that's how that goes. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So we assume that our character in this one is single. Unattached, not pining for exes. We just got the Four of Wands in the reverse. For this single storyline, this is if there had been a troubled connection that has come to a close. If there was a, like a career or something, let's put it this way, the Four of Wands should be something stable and absolutely satisfying and wonderful, but we can see that this card was seriously eroded. That was because of my puppy chewing it when he was a baby. But I still use it because to me that adds another layer to this message, which is this was a situation that, although could have been, should have maybe been really satisfying, it was not. So our single individual is simply starting out by acknowledging, like, yeah, something that could have been great, you know what? It wasn't satisfying for me. It just wasn't. Hi, Jessica. Great to see you, sweetheart. It's been a while. Ace of Swords. Yeah. So our single person cut this thing off. They cut it out of their life for a reason. And like I say, this could have been relationship, or this could have been career, or anything that, heck, this could have been a piece of furniture. It's like, I really wanted to love this couch, but it was always wrong. So you know what? I'm getting rid of it. We got a Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Everything just keeps saying that our lead character is reflecting on something that they already cut out of their life, but right now they're taking this moment and they're just saying, the reason I said goodbye to whatever this was is because it wasn't right. It didn't give me anything in return. If it was a couch, guess what? The couch wasn't that comfortable to sit on. And isn't that the couch's only function, right? Like, why do we have a couch at all? To sit comfortably on something. So if it's a freaking uncomfortable couch, guess what? Out it goes, because it failed in its one function. If it was a job, it's like, well, I went to work, I gave my energy, but the pay wasn't enough to pay my bills. Then maybe that's, I mean, we could say, well, we have too many bills, but we could also say, but maybe it's that the job wasn't paying enough for the amount of hours I was working. So that's why I quit. The relationship, you know what? I gave to someone, they didn't give back to me. Well, then it's a one-way street. I'm not going to do that. So our character is simply asking themselves that question, or maybe they're simply having clarity. The reason I cut maybe lots of things out of my life is because at some point I ask, what am I gaining out of this? What is the reciprocity? And if there is no reciprocity, then that is exactly why I cut things out. Now, this could be, this is a single story. So we already assume that our character is single. So maybe this is something other than any kind of romance. Maybe this is just somebody having the clarity of mind to say, when do I cut things loose in my life, regardless of what it is? It's when I've thought through, or maybe even written down, like, the pros and cons, like, what is it that I'm gaining out of being in this job, or living in this particular town, or living in this particular, sometimes Six of Pentacles in the reverse doesn't have to be about money. It can be about whatever we said, oh, this is my stability, the place that I live at. Maybe for a while this person was thinking, gosh, something in my life feels wrong. What is it? Wait a minute, I don't even like where I live. Why did I not realize that before? Because I never sat down and thought about it. Because this is clarity of thought. Sometimes it's like I'm spending so much money when I really factor it in. Maybe the rent wasn't bad, but guess what? To heat and cool the place, it leaks like a sieve. So it turns out I spend, $400 a month just to keep it temperature regulated. Dang, that's where all my money's going. That makes it so that I don't think this is a place I want to live anymore. There's a lot of different methods that we can use to start evaluating where is my stability? Why don't I feel a sense of stability? That's what our character is doing. But they're looking at it with just a very clinical mindset, because first off, they're honest enough with themselves to say something, it doesn't feel like my perfect situation. What is it? That's what it is. Okay. So our character is just they're evaluating things in life. That's the way I would say this right now. Our character is evaluating. And we just got the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and then we got this Knight of Cups. So what I really like about this story is that our character is recognizing, I'm not going to be sad to really want to live there anymore. And maybe now it's really exciting because there's a ton of other better places that I'm already noticing. You know, sometimes we don't notice the awesome other options that are out there until we first honestly said, the reason I don't want the thing that I've already had is because of this, this, and this. Now I'm noticing that there's tons of amazing opportunities elsewhere. Junior John, no problem, darling. You can just go ahead and pop off and go, you know, someplace else that doesn't suck for you. No worries. I encourage everybody to go where they need to be. And if it's not here with me, no worries. On your way. On your way, darling. We got the Sun in the reverse. We got the Death card upright. We got the Temperance. And we got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a character who is in like in a place where they're actually just now realizing how much they haven't been enjoying something, and that is the thing that they're kicking to the curb. That's the thing that they no longer need. That's the major transformation. Everything is getting so much easier. It's getting so much more satisfying. I feel like this character, this may be about romance because they don't really want to be single anymore, but they definitely don't want to be in a situation that is not enjoyable. Like if they're not getting what they want, why would they stick around? Why would anybody hang out and keep their energy in a place that they don't want to be? But this character is also defining something else in their life, which is, truth of it is, I feel a little bit of like vacancy that I'd like to fill. And now that I feel comfortable about acknowledging that, guess what? It gets real easy. It gets real easy to notice a whole bunch of amazing opportunities that are everywhere out there. So it's just kind of a nice way for our single character to be taking charge of their life. Okay, so what does that mean though? Especially that Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, that thing that says you know, that they're not looking for, they're not satisfied with something. They don't want life to still be like unsatisfying, or that they don't really want to be single anymore. Instead, we have Justice in the upright. We got the Two of Swords upright, and we got the Ace of Wands. So what's coming in for this person is balance at last. They may not see this coming in, but you know, it's like once decisions have been made, somehow acknowledging what we do want, and more importantly, maybe what we don't want, that's where everything starts to shift. I said this in one other video not too long ago, and I'm going to say it again. Like if we just have a lot of passion with no direction, it's just pure chaos. And likewise, if we have dissatisfaction but can't identify why, it's like we spin our wheels but we don't get anywhere. That's what's so awesome, is that this character is able to actually have things start to work in their favor now. And they may not even realize that that was the magical, like, bibbity bobbity boo that they needed to do in their life, the magical wand, the magical, you know, thing that they needed to say, so that things would finally start to like blossom. They start to have passion. They'd start to see things that they genuinely want, not just cool opportunities, you know, interesting people that they're like, oh, well, that person's kind of hot. That person's kind of interesting. Now that I know I don't want those exes back, now that I know I want something different, we've turned that Ace of Wands that was in the reverse into the upright. So they start to basically manifest exactly what it is that they want. And it's about time. They deserve to have things go their way. Nellie's Magical World, thank you, sweetheart. You're an angel. Thank you. And then with this Ace of Wands in the upright, that's like, it's such a lovely energy of like passion, creative energy, all that nice flow that starts to just kind of like flood something and really start to lift this character's energy and this character's spirit and turn this into something that is it's more satisfying. I feel like this character is getting their groove back. I feel like this character is getting you know, whatever it is that they really wanted to start to feel in their lives again, that flood of, well, power, that flood of, you know, fabulous energy, that flood of like just that excellent warm glow in their life. That's what it looks like. Escar, thank you, you angel, you little sweetheart. Thank you. That is so generous. You're so kind. We got the Tower and we got the Four of Wands. So there's that change that our character wanted. They said, I don't really want even maybe to be alone at this point. I want something, but I want the right thing. I want something that's passionate. I want something that feels balanced. Here's that Four of Wands. Right. They did have to, how do I say this? Our character had to get sick and tired of the wrong stuff before the right thing was going to come in. You know, sometimes it's great to get a little bit fed up. That's what I would say. Sometimes it's really great to get fed up with something, not in like a bitter, angry way, but more just like, you know what? I don't want this. I don't want it. I want something better. That is what our character had to do. They had to like maybe say it out loud. They had to think it out loud. They had to acknowledge, I'm sick of what isn't working. I want the stuff that I'm really asking for. It's a sweet card too, just because we have these birds that are building this nest together. We have this wonderful, happy energy. I do feel like this is a single person who is in that headspace where it's like, look, I see other people that have great relationships. I see other people that have really awesome career paths. I see other people that have all this balance in their life. I want that too. And the universe is like, damn Skippy baby, that's all you had to do was demand it, you know, announce that you want that too. And of course it's out there for you also. You're not somehow like ostracized. Don't get to have that. Of course you do. Everyone gets to call in what they want for themselves. So that's what it looks like to me, is that this character kind of simply needed to, I don't know, once in a while, like when we get to the point where it's like, okay, universe, can I catch a break? I want this, I want that, I want the things that I see other people have. Can you help me get there? And that's when everything changed, to acknowledge that that's what it was that our character wanted. Instead of saying, I'm single, I'm alone, that's fine, I love it that way, but I always keep feeling like a little bit bitter about it. Like, why do other people get relationships and I don't? The universe is like, no, say what you really mean. You want the good relationship. You want what you really deserve. That's what you get. You get to have that too, darling. Just say it. Say what you really want. I think that's kind of nice. Oh my gosh, Joe and Tabitha, thank you both so much. You guys are so sweet. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's so incredibly generous, both of you. Yeah, it's a nice storyline, because it seems we've been having a bunch of ones that feel really simple, but really like there's no complexity. It just kind of comes out like sometimes boiling things down to the simplest, most true sentence is the easiest. We can think ourselves in, huge, like hurricanes of thought. But if we just bring it down to one simple thing, which is, I want to be happy. I want to have a relationship. I want to have a job that I really enjoy. I want to be paid fair and square for it. I want a good life. That suddenly becomes very attainable. And we wind up with the 10 of Cups for this character. I mean, it doesn't get that much more streamlined or that much easier. I want to go to the universe real quick, though, and ask, it's all well and good to say that that's, all we have to do is like admit that that's what we want, and poof, there it is. But I do want to first, before we go to the universe, actually, let's get one card from the map deck, because it would be really nice to see. We have mountain, and the mountain is, you notice that a mountain usually represents an obstacle, but in this case, it's not really an obstacle at all. It's not even a mountain. It's actually, we got to open our mouths, which is what we've been saying this whole time. We just have to say what it is, and the obstacle is just kind of gone. The obstacle was maybe in our lead character's mind for a little bit. You notice how we have the sunlight streaming in, and the mouth is open. This all seems to have everything to do with identify the obstacle and then say, I don't want that to be an obstacle. My lack of belief should not be an obstacle, because I do believe in being happy. I do actually believe in having the outcome that I want. And that's it. That's the divine light. It's like the divine was waiting for this character. We keep getting the same message. The divine has been waiting for this character to say what it is that they want. And you notice that's the 6. 6 is a solar number. Maybe next month is going to be really awesome, since we're headed into June next. But but 6 is also a number of balance. Very beautiful. All right, universe, final message. What's the best way for this character to finally get going? We got the Princess of Swords sideways. This almost says this character already knows. They already know exactly how to get what it is that they want. It's not really a big mystery at all. This, it would normally be the Page of Swords in any other deck, but in this one it's the Princess, which can be a card about, it's not so much about spying, it's about gathering information, sitting back and contemplating and evaluating and gathering bits and pieces of information. And then the fact that this card came out sideways, to me, that looks like someone, we're not telling this character anything that they didn't already know. The universe is like, that this single individual, they already have their act together. Maybe they just hadn't quite taken that step, or maybe they've already taken that step and said, universe, can I catch a break? I want all that happiness. And the universe is like, oh yeah, it's coming. It just hasn't shown up yet. And maybe this character was kind of like, okay, I asked for it. Where is it? This says, our character is not oblivious. They don't really have a ton more that they need to learn about this. Now it's maybe just about like the evolution of things, the divine timing of things. It think of it this way. Just because we started going to the gym every day doesn't mean that we instantly see results. It takes, there's a little bit of a lag time before all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, I totally have like toned up. It's because it is kind of incremental and accumulative, and that's kind of what this message says to me anyway. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm sorry my dog was barking so loud at the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and make it appear for a little bit while I edit that. And that takes quite a few hours, but then I will re-release it a little bit later on today. Okay. As soon as that is edited out, so you guys don't have to hear the big barks, because I know that can be really hard on the ears. And I'm so sorry about that. My dog is quite the defender and protector, and when he thinks he needs to be, that's what he does. So guys, as always, for hanging out with me, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you so much for all of the absolutely lovely donations, everybody. That is beyond kind. Thank you. As I always say, I'm a fictional storyteller. I hope you guys enjoy the art for what it is. If you ever don't, no worries, just click off. I want everybody to have a great time, a great night. If my story is not rocking your world, no worries. It's just a story. It's not going to tell you how your life is going to go or how you need to go or anything like that. So I hope that it's always more uplifting, more fun here than anything. And if not, no worries. I send you onward with love wherever you head next. But kindest regards to everybody out there, and thank you again. Vatsala, thank you, honey. Eskar, you angel, thank you again. Nellie's Magical World, and again, you're so kind. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Aries was going crazy there for a minute, Transparent Lotus. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Oh, good. Vatsala. Yay. Finally, it arrived. That's wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. Guys, if you're wondering, Vatsala won something a little while ago when I did some giveaways, and I'm always delighted when we hear that everything arrived the way it should. So, and I'll do giveaways again on my channel. I do that usually around the holidays. Like last year I did, I think like 3 months straight of it. So kind of at the end of the year, I did a giveaway every single day for 3 months, but at random, I do those on my channel. If you're new here, just so you know, it's just kind of here and there. And then toward the end of the year, I usually do the big giveaways. So anyway, guys, lots of love. Chris Lindsay, that's such a great point. You had to learn not to compare yourself to other people. That is so true, right? Like, absolutely. I totally agree with you. That's a great reminder too. Thanks for putting that in there. Nuclear Cow, my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Hey, Jojo. Uh, and yes, and retrograde ends tomorrow. That'll be lovely, won't it? I've had so many crazy things going on with my internet connection and stuff lately, and I know they always blame Mercury retrograde for it. Hey, Anita, thank you for being here. George Smalls, delighted you're in the house tonight. You guys are awesome. Oh, Anna Alexandra, thank you, hun. Thanks for being here. Hey, Natalie. Leah Song Unicorn Germa. What an awesome name you have. That is so cool. Leah Song. I love that. And thank you, honey. Back at you. Queen Libra 76. Always good to see you out there. Oh, Junior John, I'm sorry if I misunderstood what you were trying to convey to me. No worries. Shock proof. Hey, hey. Good to see you out there as always. Penny, thank you. Hmm. Taffeta, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Hey, Susan. Bonjour. All right, everybody. I will see you again in the next one. Take care for tonight. Thank you for being here, Bruce. Good to see you.